Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends Monster Venom Build-A-Figure Wave Carnage, which is mostly the same Carnage that we got before, with a couple of new parts, but it's mostly a welcome addition to the collection with a few issues that we definitely need to talk about, but it's still kind of a nice release. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about 16.5 centimeters, just over that, which makes him just about a little over 6.5 inches. It is the same Carnage as before, with different colors. And by different colors, I mean this time he's got some dark red and some light red, which isn't very good. This one was mostly uniform and a slightly brighter, just with a hint of yellow in the red type of red. Pretty nicely done. He did have the silver eyes, though, which wasn't a great thing. This one has the stark white eyes, which looks fantastic, but his entire body, the core part of his body, his torso, is darker red than the rest of his body, than the limbs. That's not good, and he is a darker red in general, just ever so slightly, a little bit less yellow in it. You can probably tell the difference, hopefully. Reds are the hardest color, scientifically speaking, to differentiate when they're close together, different shades of red, or hues or tones. Anyway, it's unfortunate because the dark red torso does not match the rest of the red, which is not good. But the little squiggly pattern's still really nice. It's the exact same pattern as before. It's still a nice head sculpt, and again with the white eyes, that's a welcomed addition. Now we do have some accessories for this guy. We have two regular claw hands that we saw before. Then we have one axe hand, which has the big axe coming out of the fist. And then we have one hand, which is just a bigger claw hand. And they're particularly soft plastic, but the sculpts are decent enough. They don't quite have the same finish as the rest of the body, but it's good enough. We also have an interchangeable head, so now we have the regular Carnage head, and then we have the crazy-looking Cletus Cassidy head, with no paint job in the hair, incredibly wide eyes, and otherwise a good sculpt and good paint job. But why are the eyes so wide? Why is that a thing? If you run out of space in your collection and you don't know where to put any figures, you can put them in between the eyes of the Marvel Legends. That's how much space there is. They're generating space in your collection. It's a scientific miracle how wide their eyes are. They're so wide. Okay, back to the figure. We have these little tendrils all over the place again. It's still really soft plastic, and they're fine. They add a nice look to the figure. As long as they're not like warped and curled out in front of the figure, it's pretty good. Articulation-wise, well, it's Bucky Cap body again. So we have the hinge, which goes forward and back, no problem. Side to sides, no problem. No leaning on this guy because the head sits on the neck properly. And then for the shoulders, nope, not going any higher than that. Full rotation, though. Bicep swivel's fine. Double jointed elbow is fine. When I say it's Bucky Cap, by the way, obviously some of these are new parts because Bucky Cap didn't have holes for these things in there. It's the same sculpt, just with those holes added, all right? And then we have the wrist hinge and swivel, no problem there. Ab crunch goes back a little bit, goes forward a little bit, waist swivel. It's all the same stuff we've seen before. It all works just fine. It's okay. It's not the best, but it is probably the best they have. So best for Hasbro, not for everyone else. Now here's one of the issues I don't like about this. These lower legs that they made for him, this one's okay. This one's totally not lined up. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that, but it's like offset by like a millimeter. It's not ideal. And then we have nice feet, nice enough feet with these kind of soft sole shoes that the symbiotes have, and that's good. It's not Bucky Cap feet. They go all the way back, not very far forward, and you have a decent ankle rocker. So yeah, other than the color issue, this is a pretty solid release. I'm glad we got a new Carnage with the extended hand and stuff. This takes me right back to the 90s when one of my favorite figures came out, and I had that old Carnage figure with the extra parts and stuff, and this reminds me of that. However, it's two different colors of red. Arguably too dark of a red, because at least as far as I'm concerned, Carnage has always been kind of a brighter red. The Carnage I know anyway. I'm sure there's been like 15 different versions that I'm not familiar with, but classic Carnage I thought was more of a bright red, and this is more of like a almost like a cherry red rather than more of like a hot rod red or whatever you want to call it. So I think this one is probably the better look overall. And this one comes with the hands. So, also, I forgot to mention this. This guy's head, the new one's head, has a brighter red on it than the torso. So it might be bright enough that we can swap them and have the brighter head match the old body so we get the white eyes on the classic Venom. Oh yeah. Brighter red, white eyes. That's good. But wait, there's more. Maybe. Can we swap the hands? Let's see. No, they don't want to come out. Yeah, you're going to have to do some heating to get these out without tearing them. So the hands don't come out easily, but you could at least swap the heads if you have the old one. And it's worth noting that the reds aren't going to match from the new hands because they're duller than even the rest of the body. But if you really wanted these new hands, the big hands on the old body, you could do it. You have to heat up the forearms and swap out the hands that way. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, objectively, it has better accessories and then worse coloring, so I don't know which one to say is better. I would say get both and then do some part swapping and get yourself the perfect combination. That's what I would say. And I did say it, so that's the end of the review. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I have new videos up almost every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And in the meantime, keep collecting.